Welcome to Maple Ridge Chrysler. My name is Jamarley, and today I'll be showing you this 2014 Ram 1500 Laramie 4x4 in black. This vehicle is amazing, and I'm going to show you a bunch of reasons why, starting up here at the front of the vehicle, where we will see our bifunctional LED headlamps, as well as your fog lamps down there at the bottom. This vehicle also has front park sense, as you can see by these sensors along the front. Look at this beautiful grille, and under that hood we have a 5.7 liter HEMI powered V8 engine, as well as an 8-speed automatic transmission. This vehicle is going to give you a great amount of power and actually a great amount of fuel economy. Coming down here, we will see our 20-inch completely aluminum chrome clad rims with your Michelin tires. These tires are actually filled with nitrogen, as you can tell by that green cap there. Nitrogen stays a more equal temperature throughout the entire year, reducing leakage and increasing your fuel economy. Just take a look at these tires for a second. You'll see that there's a great amount of tread left on those, so you're not going to replace those anytime soon. Up here at the mirror, we'll see an indicator light at the corner, and if we push it back, we'll also notice that it is a breakaway light. Breakaway lights go both to the front and to the back. In the case that you hit something or something hits you, they will move out of the way instead of breaking off. These mirrors are actually heated, and so you're not going to scrape them off in the winter time or drive without the visibility, as well as there's a convex mirror to increase your visibility and decrease your blind spots along the side of the vehicle. Now, before we step inside, I just want to show you a few features on the remote. Here on the remote, you'll see this button right here, which is our double press to start. So I'm going to double press, the vehicle locks, and then it starts up. It's a great winter feature. I'm just going to double press to turn it off. And all you have to do is press once to lock the whole vehicle, once to unlock the driver's side, twice to unlock the rest of the vehicle, once to lock it all. Now let's step inside. As we step inside the door, we will see that this vehicle is equipped with proximity entry, and so all I gotta do is put my hand in the door handle and it unlocks, as well as all I gotta do is double press this button and the whole vehicle locks. That is one of the great features of this vehicle. Now that the door's open, let's quickly look. We have our power mirror controls, power window controls, and power lock controls, as well as a great amount of storage in the door, and one of the 9 speakers in this Alpine Sound System right here in the door. Now I'm just going to step up on our step rails here, and I'm going to start up the vehicle, so just give me a moment. It's nice, quick, and easy because all I have to do is put my feet on the brakes and press the push start, and it is actually a proximity entry and a proximity start because the key just has to be inside the vehicle, not directly into the ignition. Now, coming up here at the cluster display, we'll see our tachometer on the left, speedometer on the right, as well as our digital display right there in the center. This digital display is currently showing our speed using our speedometer, which can easily be switched to miles per hour by a click of a button. If we flip through more of these options, we'll see our tire pressure, our fuel economy, our transmission temperature, etc. Now, coming to the wheel, we will see our controls for that digital display, as well as our voice recognition controls. Our voice recognition controls allow you to control your phone via USB remote or Bluetooth, which allows you to answer your calls or respond to your text messages without taking your hands off the wheel. Over here we have our cruise control buttons, as well as our buttons to manually shift through gears if you so choose. As I mentioned before, it's an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, coming to the center, we have the large 8.4-inch Uconnect screen. It is a touch screen. You can hook up your Sirius satellite radio. There's your media devices using SD cards, a Bluetooth CD player, USB, auxiliary port. We also have our some controls like your heated driver's seat, your vented seats on both the drivers and the passengers, as well as your heated wheel. Coming over to the climate, we'll see that both passengers can have a synced climate zone or isolated. in separate. We can move on and see our navigation system. You can pair a phone, as I mentioned earlier, as well as other displays. Down below, I'm just going to turn the screen off. We're also going to see our volume and tuning, our more climate controls, our towing and haul, our traction control, turning on and off, our park sense for the front and for the rear, and we'll see that in a moment. Here are all the controls that I mentioned before, your towing. Here's our E-shifter dial, and one cool thing is that we actually have a rear view camera, and so you just put it in reverse and then the camera shows up on the screen, as well as our side mirrors. They tilt down in order for you to see the ground. We also have our two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive low, four-wheel drive lock, and automatic four-wheel drive, and our neutral button there in the center. We also have two large glove compartments, the bucket seats in the front on both sides, this large center area. You can store your phone in this slot, as well as there's a DC plug, two large cup holders. Here we have our SD card reader, USB port, auxiliary jack, and a USB power outlet, as well as this little mechanism here to store your change. Below that, we also have our CD player and a great amount of space. And before we step out, I just want to look up. We have here our sunroof, as well as our control to control the sliding back window. And these buttons right here are the universal garage door remotes, so they're actually great for that. Now let's step to the back. Here in the back seat, we'll see that this vehicle is a crew cab, which means we have a bit of a smaller door, but we also have the power window controls here. The windows fold all the way down, and even though I mentioned that it was a crew cab, it actually is very spacious. Back here there's quite a bit of leg room, and they have this 60-40 split here in the back, also with this storage piece that allows you to store things on top all the way across the back on a flat surface, as well as storing things under the seats. Now stepping to the back, we will see that we have a retractable cover for the back of the box. The box is also a 5-foot box. As I mentioned before, it's a Laramie, which means it has amazing great features like the wood accents that I didn't get to mention while I was inside. You'll see your backup camera there, your towing hooks, both 4-pin and 7-pin, as well as your hitch hookup, and your park sensors, as I mentioned, and your dual exhaust. You also have your spare tire underneath the box. Coming around to the side, I just want to show you one more thing in the back. This vehicle, as I mentioned before, has the Alpine Sound System, and in that sound system is actually a subwoofer is included. Thank you so much for doing this walk around on this 2014 Ram 1500 Laramie 4x4. I hope you'll come down to Maple Ridge Chrysler to check out this vehicle or other new and used options. Remember, we have 0% financing, and we are closer than you think.